Hello and welcome back to the Labyrinth of Grisaia. In the last episode we cleared out Amane's story, so now let's go down the list and go to Michiru. Now before we start, I always felt like Michiru's story in The Fruit of Grisaia was a bit overlooked. It felt a bit rushed. I really liked how they made the two personalities that Michiru shared, the story about that. I actually really liked that. And obviously, when she appeared from the start, having watched even a slightest bit of anime, you know that the classic Tsundere usually isn't just Tsundere. There is usually something inside, something more. And, well, a completely different person was inside of Michiru. But I felt like it was the shortest. This is not something that I just felt like. It was actually how it was. It was the shortest of the parts of the Fruit of Grisaia, and I kind of felt like it wasn't resolved. Like, I like how they did the ending with not trying to eradicate either of the girls' personality. That could have been an obvious choice, like down the line, like should you stay yourself or just be someone else for the sake of duty. But I actually really liked how they made it so that both Michirus would be there and helping each other out to become a whole person. Anyway, let's get started. That was just me rambling. Do you believe in miracles? Personally, I try not to put too much faith into anything I can't see. Of course, there's more to the world than what's visible, but you're not going to last long if you start relying on blind faith in lieu of effort and experience. There are times when I do catch myself wanting to say a prayer to God, but even if he was kind enough to change some water into wine for me, it's not going to put a smile on the face of a comrade with a bullet in his head. Still, at the end of the day, I suppose miracles do exist. Just like people with a fear of the dark tend to run into ghosts when people with genuine faith get their blessings from God or a con man in a robe. Putting it in another way, there's no reason you can't become a god yourself if you play your cards right. All's well that ends well, like they say. Keeping my breath stabilized to a steady rhythm, I follow my usual daily routine at the same speed as always. Before I left the dorm this morning, the weather girl informed me that today would be a scorcher to remember, with a wry smile on her face. It's been some time since we waved goodbye to August, but this heat wave is showing no signs of letting up. Wonder if Sakagi would be kind enough to let that glaring sun overhead know that it's overstayed its welcome. I could handle the heat better if the air was dry, but this humidity makes it a challenge just to breathe. Better still, the breeze keeps carrying the pleasant smell of rotting fish to my nostrils. I'm getting all the worst parts of living by the sea condensed into one miserable morning jog. Well, it's still heaven on earth compared to the field. No matter how unpleasant this might be, my life isn't in danger. That's good enough for me. Anyway, under conditions like these, heat stroke prevention measures are of the utmost importance. By the time you realize you're in need of fluids, in many cases you're already dehydrated. Even a child can understand how crucial it is to drink lots of water on a day like this. As the run stretches on, my mind wanders aimlessly from one thought to another. Feels like my brain's about to boil. Once I get back to the dorm, I'll have to take a bone-chillingly cold shower and bring my core temperature down. It's just about time for the academy to pop into view. I break into one final sprint, pushing myself to my physical limits. When it comes to improving your abilities, there are two general rules. Rule number 1, stretch a tiny bit past your limit and hold. Rule number 2, repeat rule number 1 every single day. It might not be the quickest method, but if you keep it up, you'll notice real progress before too long. Passing through the gates, I enter the Mihama Academy grounds. Another daily run down, the same as any other. But that's exactly what makes it meaningful. I kept the same rhythm as always. I passed the exact same scenery. The only thing that wasn't the same would be that unfamiliar girl out in front of the gates. An unfamiliar girl? No, that can't be right. If an actual stranger was loitering about in front of the school, I wouldn't have just run past without a second thought. Something about her must have been familiar enough that my unconscious mind decided she wasn't any sort of threat. That said, the person I saw out there didn't match up with anyone in my memory. Maybe the heat's just gotten to me. One way or the other, I need to know for sure. Reluctantly resolving to postpone my ice-cold shower, I turned back toward the gates in search of an explanation. I see. No wonder she gave off a different vibe. I had completely forgotten about that. Today is the hottest day of the year. Yet Michiru is standing outside the school gates in a woolen duffel coat. There may not be any need to reiterate this, but the Michiru in question is my girlfriend. Were she a mere acquaintance, I'd allow myself to conclude that she's taking part in some endurance tournament in order to justify ignoring this. But unfortunately, we happen to be romantically involved. I suppose that means I'm obliged to inquire as to the meaning of this. Hello there, my beloved girlfriend. What exactly are you doing? Some kind of special training? So hard! So hard! Hey, are you listening? Respond. Yeah, I'm so hard. That's only to be expected, given that you're wearing a winter coat under the blazing sun. Glancing downward, I observe a waterfall of sweat pouring off of Michiru's body. It's already formed something of a puddle at her feet. Her lips are dry and her skin appears to be peeling from sunburn. Her eyes are unfocused. Seems fairly clear that she's suffering from heat stroke. These days, even grade schoolers know to carry water and take regular drinks when it's hot outside, but it seems somebody still hasn't gotten the message. I like that he doesn't comment about her hair color. Michiru, my friend, I'm asking you a simple question. Why are you out here making yourself ill? Answer me, Michiru. Michiru? Yes, I'm Matsushima Michiru. Student, born December 25, ID number... Oh, is this the Geneva Convention game we did during our date the other day? She was pretty out of it by the end of my romantic torture session, but right now I'm not sure the girl even knows where she is. There's nothing for it. This calls for a change in approach. Attention! Yeah! Ow! Yuji? Thanks to my act of educational discipline, Michiru finally regains her presence of mind. That's right, it's me. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Huh? Anything to say? Yeah, Her eyes, previously blank, slowly regain their focus. I wait patiently for her to gather her thoughts. Well, what? Well, did you wait long? Did I wait long? Cold sweat runs down my back. This can't be happening. Not again. Michiru, please don't tell me you're out here for a date. Yeah, that's right. I'm out here for a date. Sorry if, I kept you waiting. For a moment, the world seems to lurch around me. The fierce late summer heat has nothing to do with it. The cause lies entirely with the completely absurd young woman standing in front of me. How many times do we have to go over this? Have you forgotten our rule about this? What? Of course not. The rule is not to start waiting more than 5 hours before the date, right? Head for the site 10 minutes before and stand by. That's right. And you recall exactly how we arrived at this rule? We started off with the don't start waiting the day before the date. Remember? Yeah, that was the first one. You broke that rule by hiding overnight at our rendezvous points, so I was forced to repeatedly discipline you, correct? Yeah, you got really mad at me. However, my educational efforts eventually bore fruit. You learned to begin waiting on the day of the date itself.
Yeah, I did. I don't start waiting the day before anymore.
And therefore I moved on to stage 2, changing the rule to forbid a standby period longer than 5 hours. Is that correct?
Yeah, you told me not to wait more than 5 hours. That is correct.
Well then, let's re-evaluate the present situation. How much time is left until our date commences?
Huh? Well, wait, let me check the time. I'm not a big fan of watches, so I'll just check my phone, okay? Oh, that's right, look at this. I got a new phone, see? It's a different model, but I used my reward points, so it was pretty cheap. Of course, they came out with a new one right after I...
You're getting off topic, Michiru.
Whoops, right. The time. Let's see. You know, the buttons on this are really small, so it makes texting kind of hard, but I guess I just have to get used to it, right? I remember the last time I changed phones. The new one seemed really hard to use at first, but I got the hang of it real quick.
Confirm the present time.
Huh? Oh, right. It's 6:30 in the morning.
And when is our date?
2 in the afternoon.
How many hours is that from now?
What? 2 p.m. means it's 14 hours past midnight, so that's 4 minus 6 and then minus half an hour. Dang, that makes it tricky. Okay, so if I borrow the one... I don't know, but I'm sorry for being so early. I was just, really excited. Wah! Blushing bright, Michiru lowers her sweat-soaked head in abject apology. Resisting the urge to sigh, I reach out and give her a few pats on her damp cranium. No need to apologize. You started waiting early because you were excited about the date, right? It's hard to get upset when I hear that. That said, this right here is a little excessive. You're not just early, you're absurdly early. I'm starting to get somewhat concerned, if you catch my drift. Catch your drift? You mean, you're concerned about my body?
No.
Gah, I got it wrong. So embarrassing.
Let's move on to the next issue. What's the idea with that coat?
Yeah, that's right. You noticed that? Well, it's pretty cute, right? Does it look good on me?
Well, I'd have to say that it does, but...
Oh, jeez, you're so sweet, you jeez. Is it cute? Is it really that cute? I mean, it's the coat that's cute, not me, right? But anyway.
A shy smile blooms across Michiru's sweat-drenched face. Her every gesture sends perspiration flying in all directions. I'm reminded of the sprinklers on the Academy's lawn. This is starting to get a bit annoying. Attention!
Ow! Not again, my poor forehead.
Think carefully about why I just disciplined you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Cuteness goes before a fall?
Not even close. I want to know why on earth you're wearing a coat on a day like this.
A coat on a day like this? Oh, now I get it. Right, there's a long, complicated story behind this, actually.
I don't need a long, complicated story. Just give me the executive summary.
It all began just a few days ago. There's not going to be any summary with Michiru involved, that's for sure. I, Matsushima Michiru, was feeling dissatisfied. Completely, perfectly, turbo dissatisfied. You see, while I was now Kasami Yuji's girlfriend, the guy just wasn't taking me out on any real dates. Of course, my dissatisfaction wasn't solely related to Yuji's behavior, but in any case, I was ultra mega dissatisfied. So Yuji always says it's a date, right? But then he starts making me run. Oh, I see, that's certainly something. It's not like I'm exactly a massive muscle here, It's killing me trying to keep up with that strong man. Oh, I see. How astonishing. Sachi is so not interested. I don't know, maybe I'm in the wrong here. Am I making a mountain out of a molehill? Oh, I see. It's not your fault at all, Michiru-sama. Huh? Hold on, Sachi. Are you even paying attention? Huh? But of course, Michiru-sama. Really? Okay, then tell me what I was talking about. Go on. I believe foreplay was the topic of the discussion. Not even close! I was complaining about the way Yuji treats me! Is that so? I could have sworn you started off by touching on certain aspects of your sexual activities. Well, I guess I mentioned how muscular his chest is, but that's really not where I was going with it.
Goodness, I'm afraid I assumed you were about to discuss matters of utmost lewdness. And as I listened to your highly provocative remarks, I found myself thinking into certain unseemly fantasies of my own. At that point, I suppose I must have stopped paying much attention to what you were actually saying, Michiru-sama. My sincerest apologies.
So you completely stopped listening halfway through?
I'm a healthy young woman flushed with hormones. Once I begin to fantasize, it can often be difficult to stop.
I think I might regret asking this, but what sort of fantasy was it?
Ah, yes, it involves sexual play of a primarily oral nature.
What? Don't do that stuff with my boyfriend, not even in your head! By the way, what's the aura thing about?
When I say oral, I'm referring to...
Okay, you know what, never mind, I think I'm better off not knowing. Anyway, what do you think I should do?
In terms of foreplay?
No! I'm talking about the dates. You seriously didn't hear a word I said, did you?
I do apologize, the fantasy was rather intense.
Fine, I'll give you the short version. Pay attention this time, okay?
Thank you very much.
Yuji and I have been going out for a while now, right? But he still hasn't taken me on anything close to a real date yet.
But the two of you always seem to be going out together.
Yeah, but it's all, let's run to the beach, or let's run back from the beach, or let's run to the beach and back. Nothing but running, and always to the beach.
I see. That certainly does sound more like a training regimen than a date.
Yeah, I want to have a normal date, like a normal couple. Spending lots of quality time together is how you make love grow, right?
But what exactly do you mean by a normal date, Michiru-sama?
Oh, you know, going to a movie together, having tea in a cafe, that sort of thing. Or even just throwing stones down the river like, that one went plip-plop, hon. Let's get a plip-plop-plip. Whatever.
Michiru-sama, what is this plip-plop supposed to be? The sound of you vigorously lactating into the river?
No! It's us skipping stones on the water. And that's not even the point anyway. The hee-hee-hon is the important part. That's all I'm trying to say.
Hee-hee-hon? I see. What else comes to mind?
Well, I want to walk arm in arm too. Definitely gotta try that.
That does sound very much like something you do on a date.
Isn't it though? It's like, ooh, ee, wee. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Ee, squee, squash.
Wait. I didn't say that last one. What the heck is squash supposed to be?
Oh, the salacious talk earlier seems to have left me somewhat hot and bothered. I unconsciously added a bit of spice. How deeply embarrassing.
Seriously, Sachi, come on.
Well, if you insist, allow me to explain. First of all, when I say squash...
No! I wasn't asking for an explanation of your fantasies. I'm just telling you to get it together, okay? Seriously, are you feeling alright?
I do believe this heat must be getting to me. My brain seems to be stuck in 69th gear.
I don't think the weather's entirely to blame, but yeah, it's way too hot today.
Perhaps the ideas will begin to flow when things cool down slightly. Come to think of it, dating will probably be easier in the winter, correct?
Oh no. Oh, Michiru.
And this is why people with a very literal way of thinking can be quite bothersome, as I'm sure Yuji would agree with me.
Wait a second, Sachi. What did you just say?
The sounds of love are squash and hee-hon.
Not what I meant! Your definition of just now is really weird. Come on, you said winter, right?
Well, yes, I did.
Why didn't I see it until now? Things aren't going well because it's summer. Think about it. Dates are totally a winter thing, right? Summer's the worst season for that kind of stuff. In the summer, you might as well just sit around home near the AC eating udon noodle soup. It's silly to even try going out in this heat.
Is it really?
You bet! I mean, where are you supposed to go for a date in the summer? There are no good options.
What about the beach?
No way! Those whales will gobble you right up. That's some scary stuff.
Perhaps a festival then?
Oh, that's even worse. Goons love to wander around those things, you know. They'll come over and pick a fight when you've got hands full of cotton candy. Pow! Right in the kisser.
Well then, how about a fireworks display?
Those are terrible. Gunpowder's dangerous. Like, super dangerous. Bang! You're dead.
What else? Yes, I've never been myself, but perhaps a summer musical festival?
That's the worst one yet. Foreign musicians come to those things, right? There's no telling what those guys might do when they freak out. What if they take a swing at you with the guitar? Thud! You're down for the count.
How about taking it easy on the porch while eating a watermelon?
Oh, heck no. What if you eat a tempura with it and get stomachache? Crunch! You bit the big one. See what I mean? Summer's just full of deadly dangers.
Is it really?
Oh, that scowl on...
Sachi! She can be so judging. Well, I suppose it's fair enough when it is Michiru that is the topic, but...
Calm down, girl! But of course, right?
If you say so.
And on the other hand, winter. Is there any season more perfectly suited to dating? Surely not.
Well, winter might have its disadvantages as well. It gets quite cold outside for one thing.
Don't be stupid. Snow only falls when it's cold outside. And snow's totally romantic, right? Glittering white flakes fill the sky, Christmas carols ring out in the distance, and you open your presents to find...
Tempura and a watermelon?
No, crap! Toss that box pronto!
Phew, see how risky things got the instant something summary into the equation? When you put it that way, I suppose winter might be somewhat more suited to dates after all. Perhaps.
I know, right? Man, this explains everything. It was all Summer's fault. Curse you, Summer. Get lost, Tempura. Case closed. Thanks, Sachi. You really helped me out this time.
Is that so? I'm happy to have been of service.
Yep, it's all good now.
Oh dear. I had just made the discovery of the century. Whose fault was it that our dates hadn't been going so well? Mine? Yuji's? Nope. None of the above. Who was to blame then? There was only one answer. Summer itself was the culprit. The late summer heat, the blazing sun, the humidity, the very nature of this awful season was ruining our dates. Now that I understood that, it was all very simple. I just have to give up on dating for now and wait for winter to arrive. I made my way back to the room, pondering the possibilities as I went.
A winter date, huh? How wonderful. Everything is definitely going to be perfect this time.
I swear your mind works in such simple ways. I had forgotten that the other Michiru was nude inside of her.
Whoa. Let me rephrase that one. That was in... How would you...
That Michiru's other personality looks nude.
Yeah, whew, saved it. Whew. Good thing that I can cut that embarrassing one out.
Not gonna though.
Shut up, you! I figured out that summer's the problem. Isn't that good enough?
I can't say I agree with your conclusions. Do you honestly think everything will go perfectly in the winter? Surely it isn't that simple.
But it really is that simple. I was just overthinking things before, you understand?
Not really.
Well, then just pipe down and watch. I'm never wrong about these things.
I see. I guess that's something to look forward to then.
Anyway, aren't you taking today off? Why don't you just go back to sleep for a while?
Fine. I get the message. Seems a bit early in the year for hibernation, but I'll sink a little deeper for now.
Yep, you do that.
So, you might remember that Michiru, rather than where she didn't have control over that the other Michiru, the quote-unquote clever Michiru, sort of kicked in when Michiru needed to survive or something was really important. They sort of, at the end of the story in The Fruit of Grisaia, they sort of, through Yuji's help, if you can call it that, being buried alive. I'm not sure if that's the exactly psychological good way to do it, but well, that was what Yuji did, and it worked. So they sort of worked out that she would only come in, that instead of being living as two separate entities in a single body, they would help each other and accept each other. And also with the agreement that the not so clever Michiru was the person that Yuji fell in love with somehow. And the other one accepted that. Right. Crawling into the back of my closet on all fours, I hunted for a certain something like a scientist searching for fossils.
Which one was it again? Oh, here we go.
When I opened the cardboard box I'd been looking for, the smell of mothballs wafted out from within. Bravely ignoring the old lady's stench, I reached inside and grabbed something with a familiar texture. Something I hadn't touched in months.
Let's see, I think this is it.
This thick, fleecy wool had kept me nice and warm last winter. Pulling the garment out of its box, I spread it out on the floor in front of me.
Oh yeah, here we go. My duffel coat. So cute! It's so cute! Oh man, this is definitely adorable. I wish I could go back in time to compliment myself for buying it. That was absolutely the best choice, girl. Alright, that isn't everything, is it?
I turned the cardboard box over. A roughly knitted long scarf and a pair of woolen mittens tumbled out. The gloves looked like miniature pot holders. A simple but feminine Scandinavian style design. Also, they were fluffy.
Fluffy as heck. Ah, so cute! These gloves are so cute! Too bad they're kind of prickly on the inside. Don't think I ever really wore them. But they're still cute! I love cute stuff. Ooh.
By this point, of course, I was yearning to try everything on in front of the mirror. That's just how a woman's heart works. It didn't seem very eco-friendly to put on a winter coat in an air-conditioned room, but surely God would forgive a little maidenly selfishness.
Okay then, let's take a look.
After putting on my duffel coat in front of the mirror, I wrapped the scarf carefully around my neck, then slipped on my mittens as well.
Ah, perfect. It's cute. This outfit is so cute.
Once he saw Michiru-chan looking this adorable, even Kasami Yuji himself would surely lavish her with love and affection. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for winter.
Ooh, guess I just have to wait until winter now. Matsushima Michiru standing by. Screw that!
I literally couldn't wait. It was so obvious that showing up in these clothes would win Yuji's love. How could I just stand idly by?
Oh, this stinks. I want to show off to Yuji right now. I want to snuggle up to him in my coat. Heck. Maybe I'll just show up like this to our next date. No, it's way too hot for that right now. The dilemmas of love. Sounds like you're in need of some advice, Bob.
Oh, God. Advice and Machina in the same room seems to usually go towards disaster.
Eek! Oh.
Startled by the sudden voice that called out to me, I stopped my little toe hard against the corner of my desk. Beads of cold sweat broke out all over my body.
Wow, Qa'Rajh's face is turning green before my very eyes. Is this your imitation of a traffic light?
Speechless with pain, I shouted at Michiru through a series of snorts.
What the heck are you doing here? Huh? Is that right? No? Which is it? I don't know what the heck you're saying. Oh! Huh? Wah! I was asking why are you in my room, okay? Oh, is that it? Well, I was poking around looking for candy. Then you came in and started putting on your coat without even noticing me. Thought I missed my chance to say something.
You were watching? Did you see everything?
You betcha! Saw you holding up the sleeves to your coat, twirling around in front of the mirror with a goofy grin on you.
Stop describing it! Look, everyone does some silly stuff in private, right?
A feminine design and fluffy as heck. Stop imitating me, please. I'm begging you, just stop. Gonna have sex tonight to level up my lady skills. I didn't even say that. Get out of my room this instant. Hey, I just put those on. Done with them already? That's right. I got to wait until the winter to wear those. I think I get the picture more or less. But I noticed something real important I think you're missing here. What's that? Oh, you're curious? Oh, Machina with that face. Machina with that face. No, Michiru. You should have learned by now that this face on Machina is trouble. Very much trouble. Like, you go through the story and you think that Michiru, with all her antics, being the tsundere and kind of a bimbo, is the one causing the most trouble. But it's actually Machina. There is no doubt about it. And I think it's through, so far, all of the stories here, these shorter stories of the Labyrinth of Grisaia, it's definitely painted out to be Machina is the troubled child of Mihammer Academy. Not the slightest. Hurry up and tell me already. Okie dokie, I guess I'll clue you in. You're planning to captivate Oni-chan with a winter date, right? Well, yeah. Dating's a winter thing after all. Summer's no good. Totally no good. Damn fool! Don't you see that gaping pitfall you're walking right into, Matsushima Michiru? Pitfall? What do you mean? You wanna know? You really wanna know? Sure, I wanna know. Come on, what is it? Blonde hair. Blonde hair? Blonde hair is hella summery, so it just don't work with winter. Machina's words were undeniably true. When you think of a blonde, what comes to mind? Someone on a beach with a surfboard slathering themselves with coconut-scented suntan lotion. Oh, well, okay, alright. That definitely wasn't mine. You certainly don't picture them crunching through the snow on a hushed midwinter night. I mean, unless you're in Scandinavia. but blonde hair might be okay in winter too, in its own way. Okay then, let me ask you this. What would you think of a Yuki Onna with bright blonde hair? Hilarious! I know, right? If you turn into a ghosted blonde lady while stranded in the mountains, it's less terrifying and more toss me about, babe. In other words, when it comes to snow, nah, winter as a whole, black hair's the only option. Darn it, you've got a point. In fact, there's been some interesting stats on this lately. What sort of stats? They polled a group of dudes who like black hair and asked them, which one do you prefer, blonde hair or black hair? The results, shocking 100... I mean... Machina. The results, a shocking 100% in favor of black. They polled a group of dudes who like black hair and asked them what they prefer. Oh boy. 100%? Amazing. I didn't know about that poll. In conclusion, it doesn't matter how hard you try, you're just not cut out for winter, Qa'Rajh. With that, Machina walked out of my room, taking most of my candy stash with her. Now I kinda feel like an idiot for getting all excited. She was right. Blonde hair was all wrong for winter. I wasn't going to get anywhere with Yuji at this rate. Stupid. Guess I'll die. Sachi! Yes? Is something the matter? I'm considering dyeing my hair black. What do you think? What? But blonde hair is a crucial part of your tsundere identity. Do you really want to change it so casually? It's fine. Right now, love is my top priority. Anyway, do you have the stuff we need to dye it? I'm afraid this is too sudden. All I happen to have on hand is a spray for returning black hair to its natural color. That should do just fine. Go ahead, lay it on me. Black hair, #happening. Very well. I don't want to stain your clothing, so let me just procure some sort of cape. Do it now, before my resolve falters!
Certainly, well then.
So that's the story.
I don't get it.
What? Seriously? Why not?
Can you give me a moment to think?
Huh? Okay.
I'm not thinking up words of love or anything, okay?
What? That's not even what I was thinking.
From what I understand of Michiru's tale, this bizarre situation is the result of her displeasure with our dates so far. That said, abruptly changing her hair color strikes me as quite a dramatic course of action. She was so attached to her blondness. Does she no longer have need of it?
Squirmy, 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 squirmy.
One thing I'd like to point out. That spray she used on your hair appears to be melting off as you sweat. You've got some black on your face.
What? I gotta wipe it off. Don't look at me.
Honestly, what's going on in your head? The connection she's formed between dating and winter seems like complete nonsense, but Michiru is clearly doing what she thinks is the best. Shooting her down at this point wouldn't be very mature of me. I can't say I completely understand what the girl is thinking, but I might as well just go along with it for today. My major point of concern is there's a real possibility she's going to collapse if she keeps on wearing that wool coat in this ridiculous heat. Unfortunately, I don't think she's likely to take it off even if I ask her to. In that case, I suppose we'll have to focus on hydration. Michiru, my dear, can you promise me that you'll hydrate yourself on a regular basis?
Huh? Yes, sure. See, I got a water bottle and everything.
Michiru retrieves a small stainless steel bottle from within her coat. It appears she gave the matter at least some thought. In that case, why don't you wear that outfit on our date today? It sounds like you were really looking forward to it.
You mean it? Yay! I'm so happy!
I'd like to take a quick shower first, alright? I don't want to go on a date while I'm still sweaty from my marathon.
Of course. I guess I'll just...
Stay here and hydrate yourself immediately.
Yes, sir. Bleh.
What's the matter? Why are you vomiting?
This is full of hot cocoa. I thought it would make things more wintry that way, but the first sip made me sick to my stomach. Blech.
Apparently, Michiru is determined to make everything winter-themed today. I don't know if it's going to work out as well as she thinks, but I guess we'll just have to give it a shot.
And that...
I believe this is an intro song, yep. And that is where we will end the first episode. So... we shall see how this hot winter date is going to carry out in the next episode. But until then, take care.